Welcome back to Drinking Sports Desk with your hosts.
Courtney, hello.
And Brendan.
Hello, my name is Austin. It's a pleasure to have you back. We're going to be talking about tomorrow's divisional games.
Championship game.
Championship, I'm
game.
sorry. I forgot divisional was last week.
We've cleared that divisional. Sorry we
Yeah.
didn't do a video about it. We weren't as hyped for that one as we were the wild card or this
I
NFC Championship.
was very hyped for a certain divisional, but let me tell you, at the end of that, I was not happy with how certain things played out.
But we're gonna take a look at the NFC Championship game. That's the early Sunday game. Buccaneers and Packers. Let's just start with a face, just looking at it on paper. Buccaneers, Packers. Who do you have?
Green Bay.
Ooh. Yeah.
Green Bay?
Giving it to Green Bay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Packers, or with the Buccaneers. I'm sorry. So we'll break it down. Tampa Bay is sitting 7th on offense and 6th on defense. 2nd in the passing game, but a measly 28th with the rushing. Not a bad offense, not a bad overall standing for the Buccaneers as a whole, minus the rushing game.
I was going to say, considering the fact they don't have a rushing game.
Yeah.
Right.
You think Fournette and Jones II would be
Yeah, would give them
a
something
little higher
more,
up. But the
apparently
Packers are sitting 5th on offense and 9th on defense, bolstering a 9th passing offense and an 8th rushing offense, which is not bad. They're sitting up there in the
Oh, it's pretty even.
upper echelon of
Yeah.
it.
Well, when you have a balanced offense like that, it's easy to see why you're one of the number one ranked
Especially
offenses.
with, God, what's his name? The running back for the Packers.
Oh, Jesus.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That guy helping Aaron Rodgers lighten up the load on the passing game because you got that solid rush.
Even though he can be one of the quarterbacks that throws 50 times a game and still produces great.
Essentially, you have
numbers.
two quarterbacks right there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quarterback that's a running back and a quarterback.
And a quarterback. Well, shit, with how the NFL's starting to hire players for positions that they're not used to, that's pretty much what they're doing. There's a guy that, I can't remember the team that drafted him, but they signed him on as a tight end, and he played quarterback and a couple of defensive positions in college.
Almost like Taysom Hill. Came out of college as a tight end, I think.
No, quarterback.
Oh, he came out as a quarterback?
Yep.
Oh.
Came out of BYU.
Yeah, but they use him as a running back.
They use him in
Snap
every,
the ball to him, and then he just runs. Don't worry about throwing the ball, Taysom Hill.
They use him in every position other than the line
Yeah.
and defense.
Right.
That's
Well,
one of
shit, they
those.
use him on special teams to go.
Well, he's your athlete. He's your gadget guy. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's your jack of all trades guy.
right. I mean, get him in. You get him involved in the game. So.
And especially if you get him warmed up.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Once you get him rolling, hyped, moving.
He's an angry man. He runs angry.
Which is good. We
But-
want that.
Maybe they would have won that game last week if he wasn't
If
hurt.
they used him.
Well, he was hurt, so
But let's talk about the two elephants on the teams.
elephants.
Brady and Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
If Green Bay does what they did last week against LA, I don't see any reason why their offense is going to have any trouble putting up points on the board. That's just the way I see it.
Well,
I don't care
They've
how
got a
good-
solid offense.
Yeah, and if they're able to maintain that mind game that they played with LA, where they just come out in the same lineup but run a different play every time, I don't see any reason why, unless they play such a strict man coverage on Tampa Bay's defense. If they're able to play as full man and they're able to keep on their wide receivers, even Devontae Adams is still going to get a couple breakaway 15-yard plays. They may even get a 30-yard bomb. But if they play man, it'll be a lot harder for Aaron Rodgers to be completing some of those passes, as well as they have like an extra safety or their middle linebacker coming up and blitzing, giving that pressure on them.
Well, you're going to really have to double team Adams and then have a spy always on Jones or
The running back,
yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Okay, it's Jones. Having a spy on Jones, watching him like a linebacker, just constantly watching Jones if he's going out for a flat or not.
Well,
Or if it's going to be another wild card pass where he throws it down to another receiver.
Even if he does go out for a flat, I don't see them gaining anything off of running plays like that. And when they did run plays like that, it was usually to Devontae Adams, a 5-yard out real quick, but he was able to break the initial tackle and then be able
got
to
that
get
yards
another
after
10.
catch.
Yeah, it
Right.
was fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, they've been so good on play action this year, you know, and that Tampa's front seven is going to come at you, but I just don't think they're you have to respect Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams and then the rookie running back they have to. So they have, it's running by committee with that, which is, because you're not entirely sure what you're going to get. You might get, they might all have a great day, or one might not. So.
But even then, that's the kind of offense you get one guy running and everybody else is going to start heating up too.
Right. Well, and like I said, and then that opens up the play action. And I think I read a stat yesterday that Aaron Rodgers has thrown 20 touchdowns off of play action this year.
I believe it, honestly.
Well, he's in
they're perfect in the red zone.
Well, he's in the running for the MVP. What this
he
year?
is.
He's 48 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the year.
Right. And just sneaky. You know what I mean? Like you didn't really hear about it a whole lot. It's like, oh. Here's his stat. Shit, 48 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jesus, where did he come from?
Right, like, yeah, I guess they're 13-3.
Yeah,
So I mean,
13-3 with
but they're always 10+ win team every year unless he gets hurt. So it's like, oh, it's just another Green Bay Packer team. But I think with this one's a little bit different though because you still have to respect their defense. Their defense is good. They don't have the great big names.
A stop on them. Yeah.
But you have the Smith brothers up there. You have decent corners. You got Alexander on one side, Kevin King on the other. So, I mean, they're pretty set.
Well, the thing with King is he's kind of questionable with a knee as of right
Well, I mean,
now.
everybody's kind of bruised and dinged up, right?
But that's what happens in the, the playoffs.
Postseason.
Right.
Yeah.
It's January. You're here to win a Super Bowl, so.
But you got to push through that injury. Big game on the line.
I don't want to take away from what Tampa Bay's offense can accomplish, though, either. Granted, they don't have Antonio Brown. Mike Evans is going to be playing, though, right?
Yeah. He had some limited practice, but they expect him to play. Same with Godwin.
Yeah. And even though Gronk isn't playing at his best because of all the different offensive options that Brady now has, he still gets those 20-yard looks over the middle that he's able to just break tackles from a 5'8" safety.
He's the best check down option.
Yeah.
Like if Godwin and Evans are covered and it's gone, you can always count on Gronk.
Well, they got Scotty Miller as their slot receiver. I mean, he's good. He's no AB, but he's good.
Yeah.
He'll
definitely put some yards up when you need it.
Well, I don't think the Buccaneers are going to be missing Brown all too much anyway.
I don't think so either.
So,
they didn't really miss him when they played the Saints last week.
Yeah, him being gone isn't really going to affect their game plan.
But
okay, that's one less person to give the ball to, if anything.
Yep.
Right.
I don't have to worry about passing it to him all the time.
But I think if Green Bay's defense can get, it's the same thing for both teams. If Tampa Bay can get to Aaron Rodgers, get him off his spots, don't let him,
cause him to get out of the pocket.
Right. Then they have a chance of winning. They're going to win. If Green Bay can do that to to Tom Brady,
it's the same story.
The Saints didn't do it last week.
No.
And they
look what happened.
Yeah, I mean,
but they
not that Drew Brees played great by any means, but
Well, the thing is too with those two quarterbacks is they're so in their ways that if you just knock them off
what
of
they're
their moment,
they're
going to be paying.
Well, right. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is more mobile for sure than Tom Brady.
Yeah, but
for
you just got to hit Rodgers a couple of times, and you can be seeing that he's going to be off.
He's going to get rattled.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to wonder if his offensive line can hang with the rest of the. So if Tampa Bay comes out early and they're able to attack Aaron Rodgers and they have to switch to the running game, I think that Tampa Bay's got a good shot, but I still think that Green Bay is going to pull away.
Yeah, that front line for the Packers is pretty strong. I think they're in the
Well,
top
they're going to
10
be without
fewest
Bakhtiari too, though. They're Pro Bowl left tackle, so
their tackle.
So there's that. But
you might have to worry about Sue lining up on that replacement tackle.
That's a scary man.
All right, well, what's your predictions then? What do you have on
the score
on Buccaneers Packers?
I bet you it'll be probably 34-31.
Like a field goal different, or like a field goal decides it for a tie or whatever
for Green Bay.
For Green Bay,
yeah.
What you got?
I got. Let's go 28-32 Green Bay.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how you're going to get to 32, but you're going to get there somehow.
They'll go for the 2-point at the end of it. That way,
right.
Tampa Bay gets the ball back in a 2-minute warning or whatever at the end of the game, and they can't. Green Bay's defense shut.
Well, and it might come down to whoever has the ball last in this game.
Yeah.
Well,
it might be.
With those two
because you have your two quarterbacks that have seen it all.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're great game managers. They've done it in the last moments. They've made those comebacks. Where it's like, I have 2 minutes. I got to get 80 yards down and get a score.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And they can do it.
Yeah, they've done it.
Yeah.
They've proven it multiple times.
Yeah.
So
in Aaron Rodgers' situation, he's just had another quarterback do it slightly better than him in terms of NFC.
Right.
Because obviously Brady, he's gotten to more Super Bowls and championships than any other quarterback.
Yeah.
So he's done it more times in a higher stress situation than Rodgers has.
Right.
Yeah, but with the way Green Bay's been performing these last couple of years, it's just.
But yeah, the Packers still are coming
But what
out
they
hot.
what they haven't had those last couple of years was that solid defense, and they have that solid defense.
And they
now.
have an all-around offense to where it's
right,
not
and now
just
they're
Rodgers.
not, now it's not just Rodgers slinging it 50 times. You know, he can turn around and hand it off to his running backs, and like go get me 5
Which is
yards.
going to be great. Yeah, it's like,
Right.
hey, we just need this quick fiver on a third down or something.
Right, and
and
Devontae
you know
Adams
their offensive line's going to give it to him.
Right, and Devontae Adams definitely came into his own this year. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give it a close one on. I'm still going for the Buccaneers, but I'm gonna go 28-26.
Oh, by 2 points?
Yeah, you're gonna literally a field goal will win the game if you need it, but it's gonna be a strong defensive battle because the defenses are gonna know the quarterbacks that they're gonna be facing. So obviously they're gonna be game planning for them a lot.
Well,
I was
But
gonna say,
the offenses are gonna get that lucky shots in on those defenses.
Yeah.
well, and
Deep
see, you know,
shots.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers played a hell of a defense last week, and kind of picked him
Well,
apart.
yeah, but that's because their defense last week was fucking piss poor. As much I hate to say it, but that was just one of the most embarrassing outings for our defense in the entire season that I'd watched them. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was.
It was
so
that
bad.
one pass that just went over all the safeties, and he was just wide open back there, just hanging out. Alrighty, let's talk about Sunday night's game,
Oh, boy.
the AFC Championship.
Here we go.
Bills
It's
and
not
Chiefs.
It's not night. But
Bills
it's
and
good.
Chiefs.
Uh,
On paper, who do you have?
I got Bills.
Who do you,
Honestly,
who do you got?
Chiefs.
Oof, I'm going with the Bills.
as much as I know that the Chiefs are more than likely going to win, I want the Bills to come out and blow them out of the water.
I don't know. The Bills and Chiefs offenses are hot. Chiefs is ranked number 1 on offense, and Bills ranked 2 on offense. You got Josh Allen, and you got Patty Mahomes, who's coming off a nerve injury on his neck and supposedly a toe, wherever
injury,
that came
yeah.
from.
He stubbed his toe. Turf toe. It happens.
When he hurt his neck at the same time, got a double
No,
whammy
it was
injury?
before.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got a double
But-
whammy.
So even then, if that's something he's been fighting, I can't imagine that that's going to be too detrimental compared to the nerve.
Well, no, I mean
damage
it
that he
happened.
had.
It happened last Sunday.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, you could watch. You see it. So
Well, I don't know what turf. I guess I don't know the
like-
extent of turf toe.
I'm not gonna act like I know either, but I like to call it like you jammed your toe really good.
I believe you can
It's
power
just like
through
real
it.
sensitive, almost like a fat bruise.
Right,
but
like
it's
you know,
just
like when
going throughout your
you
toe.
stub your toe on the bed frame.
But see, the thing about
amplify
these
that.
the thing about these two teams though is their defense don't really add up to their offenses.
Not at all.
Because you got the Kansas City defense sitting at 16th, and you got the Bills sitting at 14th on defense each. But again, number 1 offense for KC with the number 1 passing game, and the Bills with the second offense and the third passing game. But their defenses just don't add up. So it's going to be interesting watching these offenses potentially light up each other's defense.
Well, and who do they have in the running games?
You've got for
Well,
the Chiefs.
I think I don't know. I know Hilaire's battling some injuries.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if they've cleared him yet, or if he's gonna be a game time decision.
He's questionable right now.
But I mean, they had a hell of a rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, for a running back for the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm sorry, Le'Veon Bell ain't the Le'Veon Bell of the old. He ain't the Pittsburgh
he's
running
not.
back.
No, he's
You know,
He's
and then
on
the
his
Bills.
downward swing.
Bills have Devin Singletary. You know, so and he really hasn't done much.
Yeah,
So
it's all about Josh Allen getting
Yeah.
it down the field.
I was gonna
I
say
mean,
their
that's really-
rushing. Bills rushing is pretty bad in 20th. They're ranked 20th.
right, so I mean they. But you got. I think it's gonna be more. I don't think it's gonna be more of Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Oh yeah.
Or actually,
Well,
you got to add. You got to
I-
sprinkle some Travis Kelce in there.
I was gonna
too.
say,
What about
I
Cole
believe-
Beasley though for the Bills?
Yeah, so you got Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, and then the other 3.
I think that within the first half, Stephon Diggs has over 100 yards in catching.
I could. Yeah, I can get down with
I
that.
receiving
think
yards?
that's going to be. Yeah, I think that's going to
100
be
catches.
Yeah, 100 catches. There's nothing but dump the ball off to Stephon Diggs. No, as much as I love the Tyreek Hill and Patty Mahomes connection, I think that Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen this year specifically have been so on it when it comes to knowing where each person's going to be at with each play.
Yeah.
And I think that as long as Stephon Diggs breaks away from that corner early enough, and they trick the safeties to come up a little bit faster, a little bit more. And I think that the Bills are going to take it in terms of the overall pass and catch game.
Right.
I still think Patrick's going to put up some crazy numbers. I honestly bet that he's going to have at least 5.
Patty
receiving
Mahomes being Patty Mahomes is
Yeah.
going to make some magic happen.
As he
Well, and they're
does.
doing it in KC, so they really have
It's
the
going to
home
be
field
tough,
advantage.
yeah. It's going to be tough for Buffalo to come out, but I still think that overall, I'm definitely going with the Bills on this one.
Well, the NFL analysts say that the Chiefs' win probability is 58% on this. So the Bills still
much
do
half
have
and
a good
half,
chance.
Yeah, they win 58% of the time out of the.
But I don't know. I guess it really is just going to depend on if the defensive lines can get to the quarterbacks.
I'd
pretty
say
much. But
those defenses are going to have to hold up because that's the 1 and 2 offenses are just going to light you up.
I don't think they're going to. It's going to be like, what was it, 2 years ago, that Monday night game with the Rams and the Chiefs?
Well, that's what I'm
They
saying.
scored 50 points each.
yeah,
That's what I see it being, is that kind
And
of offensive game.
I would love to see it because who's going to throw the ball farther? Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes? You know what I mean?
I bet you Josh Allen's got a farther throw, but I think that for the big ticket items, I bet you Patrick Mahomes gets the deep balls to like Tyreek or someone.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Josh Allen doesn't have a Tyreek Hill and someone who can catch up to his passes where
Yeah.
I could just bomb it and then I know he's going to
He's going to
be
be
fast
there.
enough
Yeah.
to catch it.
Right.
that's the thing,
I don't
is
think
like-
you can overthrow Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's fast enough to get to it. Yeah, Stephon Diggs can catch anything, but is he fast enough to get to your deep bomb you just threw out in a Hail Mary?
I bet you he is.
He
I
probably
could see
I
it.
can see it.
If he knew he was open, and there was no one else there, and you just had to catch that ball.
But that's the thing. It's just going to depend on how those corners and how those safeties respond
Right.
to.
You know Tyrann Matthews
types
is
of plays.
going to play over the top.
The Honey Badger.
I think that Buffalo has the edge. I would really want to see like where their defense is at come game day.
What you
and
got
see
for
what
prediction?
Their defensive coordinators. I'm gonna agree. I think it's gonna be one of those games where they're just putting up some crazy numbers, but I don't think it'll be 50 points. I think it'll be closer to like 42-48
I can see that.
in the Bills' favor. I bet you early on in the game, Kansas City's defense stops them from getting like a 2-point conversion, and then or they miss like a field goal, so they only get the 6, but then they score on top of that pretty early on in the game compared to Kansas City, and then they just take that one touchdown lead and take it all the way to the end.
Yeah. I would say at least is going to be a plus 30-point game.
Oh yeah, at least with the first and second best offenses, and especially in terms
Well,
of passing.
and like just
Yeah.
barely under 20 defenses.
yeah, oh yeah.
Like they're not even under
Their
the
defenses
10.
their defenses aren't anything special, not compared to what the Tampa and Green Bay's game gonna be like.
Yeah,
Right.
that one's going to be a little bit more even.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this one's just very lopsided equally on each team.
It's just gonna be who's quarterback.
One
can
side
throw
is
more.
really great and the other one's just kind of like they're not bad, but they're not good either.
I will back up my claim that I bet you Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. I think it'll be another third quarter injury, not necessarily the first half. Like I
No,
was
because
saying
if Chad
earlier.
Henne comes in, he'll do what he did to the Browns.
He's not a quarterback that will go out of his way to win you. Like he's not a franchise quarterback, so he's not going to be one of those guys that can perform that same way game after game. He knew what he had to do for that last game, and he was able to do it. I don't think Chad Henne can come in and do that same thing again.
Well,
Against
the Bills
I don't know, man. You got to give him respect, though. Diving for that.
100%.
Third and 15, we're gonna run for 14,
He's
yo.
just like, let's do it. We're gonna.
Like, I'm
send
old. Let's
Yep.
do it. My boy last
the
hoorah.
Yep.
The Bills said that they're going to game plan for Mahomes and Henne in case Mahomes can't play.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the Bills are going to be ready for Chad if he tries to be a goddamn hero again.
I think their defensive coordinator is going to have him set up well enough that Kansas City's not going to give him too much of a problem. I think there's going to be enough plays where Kansas City comes back and gets those big plays on those third downs that they need to,
Right.
and gets them another 30, 40 yards up the field to at least a field goal range, but I don't think that Kansas City offensively is going to be able to outclass Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It's a toss-up.
It's
honestly.
hard.
It's going to
just
be
a toss-up.
it's going to
I
be an
don't-
exciting game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I
want,
know that.
I'm
That'd be
not
great.
going for the Chiefs just because they're an AFC West rival of mine. So I'm going for the Bills, but the Bills haven't been into a championship game since 94.
I thought it was 93.
They lost their 94. Last
They
time
haven't
did
won
one.
one since 93.
Oh,
'Cause
well, fuck.
When they lost their 4 Super Bowls in a row. Again, still a feat to get there 4 times in a row,
Seriously.
regardless if you lost or won. Now, can you imagine if they won? Best damn franchise in the whole NFL the first ones do 4 back-to-backs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
don't
all
even have a
history.
triple.
That's what ifs. So
Yeah, exactly. I bet you this is the start of something great.
This
though,
is
in
their
Buffalo.
this is
I
Buffalo
think so.
reigniting that 4 losses.
there's 2 teams that you've seen turn around this year. You got the Cleveland Browns.
Which was a surprise in itself, honestly.
Right.
I didn't
Rooting for
think.
the underdog Browns.
Yeah, the Cleveland
for
Browns
real.
and then the Bills,
I will say,
which is exciting.
I would have loved to see that matchup, regardless. Though Cleveland against Tampa Bay, that would have been.
That
fun.
was my-
That
right,
Cleveland defense is hungry.
That
Oh,
was my fantasy Super Bowl, was Buccaneers Browns.
That would have been great.
Tom Brady win a Super Bowl for someone else, but the Browns get into the Super Bowl. Maybe the Browns win in the Super Bowl.
So you
That would
got
have been hilarious. Tom Brady getting to the Super Bowl but losing it.
To the Browns?
Yeah, to the Browns.
Yeah. It would have been
Come
perfect.
on.
Retire right there.
Yep.
done.
right. You're
lost.
done. You lost to the Browns.
Yeah,
All
give
right.
up.
Well, that's Drinking Sports Desk. We talked about 2 games on a certain day that has a sun on it. We hope our predictions and our opinions are close and accurate.
Sticking to it.
Sticking to the
I'm
guns.
definitely not switching up my.
I think we were
predictions.
all wrong last week.
Remember, early days.
I think what was it? The last time we predicted,
we were rough on a couple games.
Yeah, I think we only predicted 1 game correctly about how it turned out of like the 4 that we talked about,
Yeah.
or the 8. No, we only talked about 4.
We did 4 on. Me and Courtney did 4 on
Oh,
Friday,
yeah, that's right.
and then we
then
did
I
4
came
on
up,
Saturday.
yeah. I don't remember what your guys' predictions
Super-
stats were.
I,
For the day
I-
before.
I'll have
I
to
know.
look
I
back
think
at
I
it.
think I won 1.
Nice.
I got 1.
Yeah, because Courtney was saying that he was you're 2 and 4.
2 and 4 right now.
Yeah.
I got two that were close enough. I'd call it W, and then the rest I was like not even close.
But yeah,
That's not mine.
watch out for this Sunday.
Sports
tomorrow.
Desk.
Sports Desk. We're all pink on the inside.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Is that conscience? Oh my God, he's dying of neglect.